me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc, where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
My main thing is to not fully believe what everybody is telling you. Everybody's going to tell you it's hard. Everybody's going to tell you that you're not meant for it. Simply don't listen to them. If you have it in your heart, then follow your gut and do what your gut tells you to do, and you'll be just fine.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Young Professionals Network show of the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Today we are with Evie. Sorry, I knew I was going to mess it up. Evie Brown from Louisiana it is.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get into our conversation, we're just going to quickly run our promotional videos and then we'll get right back into it.
In today's parks and recreation industry, communication, safety, and efficiency go hand in hand. That's where Outdoor Link comes in, delivering smart technology that empowers city departments and community planners to do more, smarter. Outdoor Link's platform connects and automates everything that keeps your parks running smoothly, from lighting and locks to signage, water features, Wi-Fi, and digital advertising. Control and schedule park lights for safety and energy savings. Remotely manage facility access. Update digital displays in real time. Coordinate fountains and splash pads. Provide public connectivity. And even run community or sponsorship campaigns on digital screens. All from one simple, unified platform, giving you real-time control, data, and cost efficiency. For parks and recreation agencies, that means safer spaces, smarter resource use, faster responses, and stronger community engagement. And behind every great park story is great infrastructure. That's why Outdoor Link proudly supports DPRS Media Company, helping the Daily Parks and Rec Show amplify the voices of professionals shaping our communities every day. Outdoor Link, smart, connected solutions for parks, recreation, and beyond.
Are you a vendor, brand, or service provider ready to connect with the heartbeat of local communities? At DPRS Media Co., we tell the stories shaping parks and recreation across America. Through podcasts, live streams, videos, and newsletters, we reach frontline leaders, city directors, and decision makers every single week. From youth sports and facilities to programming and policy, our audience is your audience. Sponsoring or partnering with DPRS Media Co. puts your brand in front of the professionals who build, budget, and buy for their communities. Launching a new product? Growing your presence in public spaces? Targeting cities, counties, or departments? DPRS is your trusted media partner. Whether you're in software, turf, aquatics, robotics, smart cities, or special events, partnering with DPRS puts your brand in the story. With commercials, interviews, social campaigns, newsletters, and live shows, we're your media team. Partner with us and grow your impact in the $200 billion parks and rec industry. DPRS Media Co. Stories that move parks and rec forward. Your audience is here. Let's meet them.
Okay. So, Evie, you've been on the show before, or at least like the Daily Parks and Rec show before with Craig, and that was at the convention, correct?
Yeah, the LRPA conference.
Okay. And was that your first time going to the conference?
Yes, it was actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Was it like overwhelming at all?
Not really. It was just like a new scenery. So it's not something I was technically used to, but I got so much information out of it.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, that's great. So you're about our age, Michael and I's age, which is so crazy to think that you're already like in this position. You're already like working and all that. So can you start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and what your role is in the Parks and Rec world?
Yeah, so actually, the park I work at, I grew up here playing all of the sports. I did cheer, softball, volleyball, pretty much anything that the park had. I was there.
Yeah.
And it was this basically just how I grew up. I was really into events and sports and everything like that. And starting out, I never thought I would ever end up in a job like this.
Right.
Started working at a daycare, then I went to a loan company, and with the financial background that the loan company had to offer for me, it benefited me here because once I started here, I immediately started getting more added onto my plate. The more they trust me, the more they gave me,
Mhm.
and it was basically just like on go from there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get, or we've talked about before, Michael and I, we've talked about how we never like thought about everything that goes into like Parks and Rec. And we grew up both playing sports as well. So it was really great, like getting this internship and just like we're learning so much about what goes on behind the scenes. Would you say like that's how you felt? Like there's just so much more than you would have thought?
Oh yeah, that is 100% how I felt because like when you're here, you
Hmm.
don't know. You think it's just sports or it's just events or it's just anything that has to do with the community. You don't know all of the time and effort that genuinely gets put into everything and the backstory of it all, basically.
Right.
So I'm just learning about this now, but so you didn't go the traditional route with college, correct?
I did not.
Now, was there like a leading factor that led to that, or was that just
Um,
anything?
Not necessarily. I had genuinely at first just wanted to wait a year after high school. And everybody was kind of like, if you wait a year, you're not going to want to go. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'll go. And then I never went. I was enrolled and I was enrolled in classes and everything. And then it was a decision that I made because I couldn't make up my mind of which route I wanted to go.
Mm.
So I was like, well, if I can't make up my mind now, then I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So when you were originally enrolled and stuff, oh, is she still there?
Technical difficulties here. Oh, there she is.
Oh, I'm
Can
not
you,
sure what happened. My whole screen just went black.
okay.
Okay,
Can you
sorry.
hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So when you were originally like enrolled in classes and stuff, what were you planning on going to school for? Was it like in Parks and Recreation?
Absolutely not. I was actually a toss up between three different job positions. It was either a physical therapist, a veterinarian, or a teacher, which all three had different game plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of
Uh-huh.
the things that we always talk about is like we both go to college and like we're business majors and stuff, and it's like what route would you even take if you wanted to get into Parks and Rec?
Parks and Rec.
And
Yeah.
that's like one of the things that we're trying to figure
Yeah.
out sometimes is like,
Yeah, we hear like business administration and like yeah, our guest Jacob last week did like outdoor classes with stuff. I don't it's very interesting to think about because like you genuinely don't hear a lot about it even at colleges. So then for you to even just like find your way into there like naturally, I feel like that's what seems to happen with a lot of people who get into Parks and Rec. So it's nice that it kind of just ended up that way for you. And you
yeah.
are, I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
that's a bonus. Um, so how did your experience as like at the how did your experiences at the loan company kind of help prepare you for this role? Like what specifically are you talking about when you say that?
So that majority helped me with the customer service and the financial aspect of it. So,
Mm,
like the position that I got offered to when I first took the job, it was just a front desk receptionist. So I was answering phones, I was customer service, I was answering emails, dealing with all the calendars and the scheduling and the rentals, basically just small stuff at first.
Mhm.
And then the more I gained the trust and was able to figure out things, and I'm a really quick learner.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff that got put on me was more financial, what helped me because at the loan company it was a lot of financial stuff that I had to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess you're probably one of the younger people in your area, correct?
I
Does
am
that
the youngest.
does that come with like certain challenges, or have you enjoyed being on the younger side going into this?
I think there is pros and cons because being on the younger side of it, I look at things differently and I see things from a different perspective than everybody else. And
Yeah.
I'm able to bring different ideas and everything to the table with having that different mindset. But the cons of everything, it's like, yeah, I don't see things that some of the people who've worked here for a long period of time see. So they
Right.
kind of catch on to a little bit more stuff than I would.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you say working with people who might be a little older than you is intimidating in a way? Or do you feel like, no, like I know we're all on the same page, we're all in the same position kind of thing?
It was very intimidating at first, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Yeah. When I first started here, everybody was genuinely a good at least 10 years older than me.
Right.
So they all had the knowledge of how everything works. And I'm like, oh, I'm just the young girl coming in. And I never worked in Parks and Recs before. So, like, they definitely all have the upper hand.
Right.
But as I worked here and the longer I'm here and able to look at everything, I can understand how they see things and they just explain it to me a little bit before
Yeah.
I get to jump into conclusions.
Yeah. They have a little more experience in their,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
That would be a hard thing to like navigate coming into things like you're already like young, but then you're already also like new to the industry, I guess, as a whole. I could see how that could be challenging.
Right.
Um, were there any like big challenges that you found when you like came into this?
Um, I wouldn't really say big challenges. It was
Mhm.
just trying to find out how to get in a groove of the day-to-day operations. That's really the only thing. And I wouldn't even say that was a big challenge. That was just something I had to get used to because it was different,
Right. So it's like kind of more like a learning curve than anything.
basically.
Was there any other big lessons that you learned going through it, being so young, that you could share with other young professionals that are going in your following in your footsteps almost?
Well, just because you're young doesn't mean anything at all. Because more than half the time, I am on the same mindset as all of the people that work here that are 10 plus years older than me.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that definitely does make sense. What do you have like when I think about it, like I feel like there has to be advantages to it too, though, with you being so young, like for like your entire group of people that you work with, just because like maybe for like different stuff you can outreach and have that younger mindset for the younger people in the community, if that makes sense. Do you see that? Like, do you guys do like marketing and stuff for it, for like the different things that
Um,
you do?
Yeah, we do a lot of marketing, and I actually am the one who does our TikTok page.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So I'm able to get it a little bit more out there and kind of use basically AI helps me a lot with the
Right.
TikToks and stuff like that, just to make it more appealing and younger and to see like, hey, we are fun, come here.
Yeah.
Which I'm
we
sure your coworkers love, right? That they can hand that off to you and you can run
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They want no part of it at all.
we talked to Craig about this because we've had conversations about like, yeah, like how can we like promote even the young professionals like network or like this show even more. Like Parks and Rec isn't necessarily seen often on social media. So like for you to be posting on it, I feel like it's definitely going to be engaging with people our age or just like other people in the community who are on it. What kind of things do you post?
Well, we have like I post some of our football stuff. We post our basketball camps. We have a really good group of seniors that come play cornhole baseball every Wednesday, and they just love everything about being filmed.
Wait,
So,
wait, what is it? Cornhole baseball?
yeah.
Can
I
you
have
explain that?
never
What
heard
it
of
about
that.
is?
So, it's literally you have a cornhole board and you
Right.
have three beanbags. And you get to throw to the cornhole board, but it has different holes on it that say strike, out, foul ball, home run, double, whatever like
Right.
that. Well, then
Yeah.
whatever one you get, there's three bases, which are chairs. They have to walk to the chair, sit on the chair, and everything like that. So it's something that gets them engaged in the
Yeah.
community.
Right.
Oh, that's cute. I
And
They
never
has
love
the
heard
TikTok
of that.
has the TikTok account done well? Like, are you guys gaining followers and stuff like that?
We're gaining more as I add the TikTok post after to Facebook. I've
Right.
seen that because
Yeah.
Mm,
a lot of older people have Facebook, so then they're like,
right.
"Oh, I don't have TikTok, and I want to see the TikToks that you post." So then they get TikTok,
Right.
and we're just adding more.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, that's smart to move it to like both or use both at least
Oh
because
yeah.
probably a big community. Do you have a lot of people? I know you said like you and the staff is only like how many? Like 15 people?
Uh, yeah, I was 15 at the max.
So is your community like larger, smaller?
I wouldn't say it's too big. We don't really have a huge park,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Okay, what does your parks like look like?
I mean we have three baseball complexes that have
Mm.
four fields each. We have a middle complex, that's our largest one, and then we have a T-ball complex and then another smaller complex in the front. We have two football fields and two gymnasiums. And then we have a walking track that goes all the way around the park. And we
Hmm.
have a rental facility in the front of the park.
Are all these places like kind of like local to each other or a little more spread out? Because
Well,
it sounds like a lot.
yeah, everything is on about 100 acres. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah. So it's not too big, but it's not too small either.
right.
Right. Now, do you have any projects coming up like with the holidays that you guys are doing that you wanted to promote or anything at all?
Well, we just had our big Christmas event.
And what was that?
We had Santa here. And we did. I think the theme of it was Christmas wishes or Christmas kisses and candy cane wishes, something like that.
That's
And
cute.
we had Santa here. We had a hot cocoa bar. They did letters to Santa, everything like that. It was a pretty good hit.
Right. That's awesome.
I don't think we have anything else coming up there right now.
Has
What
it?
are normally, oh, I'm sorry.
No, you can go.
What are normally like your biggest events that you guys throw or like orchestrate?
We have, I would say, our biggest three major events are our Easter event, our 4th of July event, and our Halloween event.
Oh, what do you guys do for those?
Our Easter event is kind of like we have this big old scavenger hunt with the eggs. We do the egg hunt. And we just have a petting zoo and a lot of different vendors come and bring different things. Like we had a vendor one year that brought amphibians and snakes.
Oh gosh.
It was fun. And then our 4th of July event, basically, we had fireworks everywhere. I'm sorry. I had a coworker just call me.
That's okay.
Um, our fireworks event, they have the big fireworks show at the end of the night, and then we have vendors that come out and sell food and lemonade and snowballs, and we have concessions. This past year we did a train ride. That was, I say, probably our biggest one. And then Halloween, we kind of just switch it up every year to keep them
Yeah.
interested. We do like trick or treating.
Mhm.
We did a movie and anything like that, just to keep everybody interested and coming back.
Like,
Yeah,
do you guys
I
get a big, sorry.
sorry.
You guys
I
get, oh, sorry, you go, you go.
sorry. I've had to play. So my stepmom, she's actually a Parks and Rec director in an area near us. And I've had to play Easter Bunny countless times. Like we do,
Okay.
or her parks like hide Easter eggs just all throughout the parks. And so I'd have like these bags full of Easter eggs, and I'm just like throwing them, like hiding
Oh
them,
yeah.
stuff like that. So I can only imagine like what you guys have to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now, do you guys get big turnouts for that from the community, or is that more,
That's
depends on which
probably our
one?
three. That's probably our three biggest turnouts. I know not this past year, but 2024 Halloween, we had like over 500 kids.
Oh my gosh.
That was just kids.
Yeah, right.
So that turnout was huge. That's probably our best one yet. But 4th of July normally fills up
Hmm.
majority of the park.
Right.
Right. Now, like when you're doing these big events, like what are like some of the challenges that pop up throughout the day that you just have to deal with? Like, do you have any that come to mind right away that you've had to deal
Oh
with that?
yeah. This
She's like,
past
oh,
year,
I've got a list.
Yeah.
there's always something.
Hmm.
This past year actually for 4th of July, we had half of our power go out.
No
Oh
way.
my.
Yeah.
Jeez. So like what do you even do for that? Like do
We
you
had
just
to
leave it?
hook up a generator to that side of the park. And we kind of just had to go off what we could.
Yeah, right, go with the flow.
Yeah. But nobody
Jeez.
ever knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's outside too, so it's like you
Yeah.
can get away with it a little easier than if it was inside, right?
Inside would be pretty hard to cover
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that'd be a big one.
Yeah.
Are there any events that you personally like do a lot of the work for like running and stuff like that?
No, I'm not. The events aren't really in my job title. We have somebody that does the community events for everything. I just like to be a part of everything, so they ask if I want to help, and I'm always
Right.
like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just put in the help where I'm needed.
Right.
So our last guest, he had mentioned that like athletics was a huge thing at their park, and he was saying like majority of the events that happen or like the amount of people that come out, it's for athletics. Would you guys say you're more athletic based, or is it just more like community involvement kind of thing?
Um, I would say we do have a lot of athletic base. But it kind of depends on the time of year, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah. So all right, so I have a question that I enjoy asking. Just because I'm a business major, so I have like more of a business mindset to this stuff. But do you have any fun like sponsors or anybody that you guys work with for funding and stuff like that? Because that's one of the one things that we've learned throughout this is like how big funding is within Parks and Rec. So like, do you guys have any cool sponsors or anything that you guys work with?
We have North Oaks Hospital that we work with.
Okay, right, exactly.
We have First Guarantee Bank. That's one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
And we have a lot of new interest coming in. We're just updating our sponsor policy and everything like that.
right.
So we're in the process of getting more. But those are the two main
Yeah, they're
ones.
big ones. Yeah, exactly. That is cool that you guys use the sponsors because
Oh
I
yeah.
know that's probably is that one of the biggest problems that you guys face is the funding. Or are you guys pretty well on funding?
We're pretty good on funding, but like I said, there just never a time where for like different events, we always will take donations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like for door prizes or gifts for games, like relay races for the kids or anything, we
Right.
always love donations. And people that aren't necessarily a sponsor, we continue to use them as vendors because they'll always give us donations and help with the events and be vendors and set up a booth at the events.
Right.
That
Definitely.
is nice. So kind of looking ahead, because you have so much time within your field, where do you see yourself like growing within this Parks and Recreation space?
I'm hoping more towards financial and rentals. Um, with everything that's going on and everything that's been getting put on my plate with more of the financials,
Mhm.
I just see growing in more of the financial aspect.
Oh, okay. Are there any, like, is there any other role that you'd be like interested in? Like maybe event planning or like coordinating or whatever?
I like the events, don't get me wrong. I just don't foresee myself being completely over them. Yeah,
No, that's funny.
I think really more just financial.
Yeah,
Right.
I personally I love like events and stuff. Like I would, if maybe I'll go into it, I don't know, but I love event planning and like figuring out all the little things I can do to make it like
Oh, yeah.
stand out and like stuff like that. I think that kind of stuff is very interesting. But ever since like going to college and learning more about finance and just different departments within business in general, I have found a little niche interest in finance as well. So I could see where why you might like that.
Absolutely.
So do you think like working within Parks and Rec has helped you like grow personally, like on any levels? Because I know it's like so community based that like I feel like being in that constantly would help you grow personally. Is there anything that comes to mind?
It genuinely does. Like some of the people that we come here that walk every day or will come see us every day, like you get to build a relationship with these people and it kind of makes you feel so good about yourself because you're like, "Hey, every time they see me, they put a smile on their face and they make sure they tell me good morning." So
Right.
I try to give the same energy back, no matter if I'm having my worst day or anything. I still have to make sure I'm the best person that the public can see.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that kind of goes back too to like how important Parks and Rec is in a community. There's one of our advertisements that we play that like it talks about how important it is, and it's like I never thought about it that way until we started doing this. But like it really is such an essential part in every community, being able
Yeah.
to have that place that you could go and, like you said, just go walk around whenever you feel like it, like anything like that. So
And
that's
just
pretty cool.
growing
Yeah,
up
exactly.
was huge for us, I feel like. And obviously when we're little, we're like, oh, it's the baseball fields, like
Yeah.
whatever. Like, but it really is like such a big part. And speaking of our promos, we're just about halfway. So Michael Mara, if you don't mind running
All right.
those properly.
Yeah, I know last week we had a little
Hiccup.
mishap in between. We randomly came back on the screen, so we're gonna try to avoid that this week. But we'll be right back.
They say it's just rec. Just rec, where kids learn to try again. Just rec, where confidence begins. Where teamwork, effort, and fun matter more than trophies. It's not about perfection. It's about participation. It's not just rec. It's where kids learn to love the game and themselves. It's just rec until they learn teamwork for life. It's just rec, but it's everything to them. It's more than rec. It's a movement. It's just rec until you realize it's shaping the next generation. Together, we're not just running programs, we're building a culture of confidence, connection, and community. Join us.
On the Daily Parks and Rec Show, we bring you the real stories of tomorrow's professionals, people shaping the future, one idea at a time. Meet the very first DPRS interns to officially host their own segment, Aidan Tierney and Michael Morrow. With curiosity, passion, and a fresh perspective, they're stepping into the spotlight to lead meaningful conversations with today's rising leaders. The Young Professionals Network takes you inside the journeys, challenges, and major wins of young individuals making their mark across industries. From first jobs to bold ventures, every story fuels growth, ambition, and innovation. Each episode brings real conversations, fresh perspectives, and impactful insights created to motivate the next generation of professionals. Whether you're just starting out, exploring new paths, or figuring out your next move. Tune in to the Young Professionals Network every Thursday at 5 p.m. only on the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Don't miss it, because your next big idea might be one story away.
Michael Morrow.
It's that one ad. It like has a delay or something.
I'm like, of course we just say something about it while I'm like going in my eyeball and stuff.
I know. That's my bad. Won't happen.
All right, so piggybacking kind of off of what we were just talking about with how important it is in communities for like even just growing up and like child development almost. We were saying last week that we kind of noticed a trend that kids are more like on the phones, a lot of screen time, stuff like that. And I know like for our generation, like, yeah, I can also say I'm on my phone a lot. I'm on social media a lot. So it's like, I don't blame the kids, but would you say that there are less kids involved in the parks, or do you guys try to do anything to promote like kids getting outside a little more?
So we do try to promote for kids getting outside. We hold different events, like we have a spring cleaning event that's kind of piggybacks off of Keep Louisiana Beautiful, and we accept volunteers. We try to get anybody who really wants to volunteer to come out here and clean up the park. We do a lot of stuff for the kids. Like one year we let them, we bought seeds and let them plant in their own pots and everything like that. So it's kind of like we promote them to get out, but we also know that outside is not every kid's dream. It's
Right.
not always gonna be, oh, let's go outside as their first pick. So we are coming back from the conference. We learned a lot, and we are trying to discuss and get new ideas to bring here for the kids that aren't into sports or aren't into anything that has to do with outside.
If you don't mind my asking, what kind of things, or like, are there any examples that you could think of off the top of your head that you're trying to implement?
The main thing that caught our interest at the conference was virtual reality.
Oh,
They all said a lot of big parks in Louisiana actually have it, and they say it's a big hit.
oh,
Yeah,
For the
so
one,
I think
sorry.
we're looking at just trying to get some idea to make sure that at the park that we have something where everybody is included, can be included.
yeah. That could definitely be quite the investment, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guest we had like 2 weeks ago, the main thing he talked about was like he wanted to implement an esports arena at some point. And like
Yeah.
that kind of would go hand in hand with that, because I never really thought about it like that. But like you're right, like not everybody wants to just be outside constantly. So like you do have
Yeah.
to find ways to get into there. But so I was wondering, kind of going on to like a young professional idea. Like, I feel like in today's world, like college is kind of pushed on a lot of people, especially coming out of high school. Like it,
Mm.
like it's pushed on to a lot of people. So I'm just wondering if you have any advice for anybody that feels like they're being pushed, that like they have to go to college, but like realistically, like you're living proof that like you could be successful without a college degree. So I just wonder like what you would tell those people
It's
that
true.
are being pushed, but that's just not in their interest.
My main thing is if you're in a generational rut to where either not everybody goes to college or everybody goes to college and it's not like you don't think it's gonna be for you, it's okay to break tradition. It is 100% going to end up on what you're going to be happy with. If like if you know for a fact you're not going to be happy, then be the black
Yeah,
sheep.
yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's good advice. I think especially like today, I feel like it wouldn't even be considered like the traditional route. I think it's just the assumed route. Like everyone just assumes you're going off to college. And I feel like a lot more people nowadays are realizing like that could honestly be a waste of time and money. And part of me, even though I'm a college student and I go to school currently, like part of me is like, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. You know?
Yeah, I mean, a large part of like what I'm starting to realize, like I'm going into my last semester of college, and like the
Woo!
thing that I'm realizing is like how big networking is, and I'm like,
Mhm.
could I have just missed college and started networking when I was younger, and like found
Yeah.
that one person that would give me an opportunity? But
Yes.
do you network or anything like that?
Yes, actually. So, like at when we were at the conference, we did a lot of networking. Networking was
Oh,
their
yeah,
big thing.
I'm
They
sure.
wanted you to get out. They wanted you
Yeah,
to meet new vendors, see what possibilities there are within other fields of parks and recs. You don't necessarily have to be working at a park in order to still be in parks and recs, and they
right.
wanted you to understand that.
Yeah,
I think that's a little bit about what Michael and I are learning through this internship. I might have touched on it earlier, I forget, but the fact that it's so broad and there's so many different like niche things you could go into while still being considered Parks and Rec.
yeah,
And I'm a marketing and risk and insurance dual major. And Craig has mentioned before, like, yeah, there's a lot of Parks and Rec who are looking for people to do their marketing. Like here you are and you're like running a social media for
yeah.
your area. Like it's crazy to think
The
about.
other thing we see too is like everybody goes to college and then some of people don't even use their degree for like what they're
Yes.
doing. And it just comes down to
I
that networking,
know.
right? Like they met that one person that gave them an opportunity. Like even a lot of the people in Parks and Rec that we've talked to, right? Like they went to school for nothing like really based on Parks and Rec. And now they ended up in Parks and Rec, and it kind of like the degree didn't really do a ton, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
So
that's what I had.
just finding the right person.
I had one person give me the chance to actually interview, and she gave me the opportunity, and I took the opportunity, and I ended up getting the job, and now I'm here, and I literally could not see myself any other place now.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Like that's awesome.
that is awesome. Um, so based on your park specifically, or maybe even other parks or what you've learned about, what is your favorite kind of aspect of a park or facility just to work in or be around?
Um,
I don't know
I,
if that came out clearly or not.
I think I kind of get what you're referring to. I think so. So I would basically say like since I grew up into sports, I would say my main thing to try to be involved with is sports,
Mhm.
just because I mean that's personal for me.
Right.
If I wouldn't have played sports, it'd probably be the events or the marketing side of it. But for me specifically, it would be to try to be involved in the sports.
Yeah, I think I would probably find myself in a very similar position because I grew up playing soccer, but then I also watched all my siblings play sports. And so we were always, always, always at like the baseball or soccer fields and stuff. So if I were to go into something like Parks and Rec, for instance, I think I would find myself with sports a little bit more or just enjoying that aspect of it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I would guess like sports kind of made it easier for you to like adapt into the Parks and Rec, correct?
Honestly, not really. I mean, it helped like growing up here and knowing the facility and everything
Yeah,
like that.
right.
But like with the job that I took on, sports had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So it was like everybody thinks that's all it is. Everybody thinks it's just sports when
Yeah.
Right.
it's really not. There's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah. All right, so I got a more fun question here. It's kind of putting you on the spot a little bit, but I've been asking everybody because I think it's a fun question. If you had like an unlimited budget, like you could spend however much money on it, what would be a project that you would want to incorporate into your Parks and Rec?
Wow.
I know I'm
We'll
sorry,
we'll
putting you
give
on
you
the
some time
spot
to
here a
think.
little bit.
um I would probably say a splash pad because that's the main thing that we get asked about is
Really?
during the summer when kids are out and everything. Anything that has to do with a pool or splash pad, that's probably what I would say.
Do you
Yeah,
guys did you say you had a pool at your parks or no?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
which the summer's got to be pretty hot down there in
Yeah,
Louisiana.
it's gotta be brutal.
Oh, it's very brutal.
I
Right.
visited New Orleans a few years ago and I just like New Orleans, Louisiana. Wait, am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Um, and we were staying in this hotel, and it's like, oh, it's so nice inside. It's very air conditioning. You walk outside, and you get like smacked with the heat. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, this is not for me. This is not for me. And I was like maybe 13. So even walking down like that main street with like all the music and the beats and stuff, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I want to go home. Like, I'm scared. But I definitely remember how horrible, not horrible, but how bad the heat was.
Well, the humidity doesn't help. That's what makes it
Oh,
worse. The humidity is horrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure a splash pad would be a great investment for you guys. Where
Yeah.
would you do you guys have the space for that if
Um,
finances allowed?
yeah, we do have space. We're actually in a space right like in an empty space right now. We're actually working on getting an inclusive playground set up.
Oh.
Nice.
What does that look like?
Um it's still in the works and there's a lot to be done,
Mhm.
but it's basically just for kids that can't use the regular playgrounds, and it makes them feel like they're accepted and they're wanted, and it's a really big project that's all over Ponchatoula right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate that. Like the parents and the kids all appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I'm getting around the 45-ish minute mark, so I'm gonna have, or we're gonna ask just a few of our last questions to kind of wrap this up because we did start a few minutes early, I believe.
Yeah, we did.
So because this platform or this show specifically is for young professionals, or just young people who might be like looking into Parks and Rec and stuff, what is one piece of advice to give to college students who are preparing for just the professional world in general?
My main thing is to not fully believe what everybody is telling you. Everybody's going to tell you it's hard. Everybody's going to tell you that you're not meant for it. And simply don't listen to them. If you have it in your heart, then follow your gut
Mhm.
and do what your gut tells you to do, and you'll be just fine.
Good advice. I like that one.
I got one more question for you, which Craig might have asked you when you were on with him, because this is like one of his questions that he likes to ask, but it's another fun one. If you could be any piece of playground equipment, what would you be and why?
He did not ask me that.
He didn't
I'm so
ask that
upset
one.
that he did it.
That's one of his favorites. It might have been after though that he one of his guests asked him it, and now he likes to ask. So
That's funny.
it's always usually good funny answers too.
So any piece of playground equipment,
Yeah.
I would probably be a slide, because just seeing the kids' faces when they come down the slide and they immediately throw their hands up, like, it's just pure joy. Everybody wants a slide.
Yeah.
I agree.
One of those straight slides or one of the curly ones? What kind of?
Definitely the curly ones.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that just about wraps it up. So if you have any questions for us, if you're good on questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all good. If you had anything you wanted to promote or anything like that you wanted to throw out there, if not, we're all good though. So it's all on you.
I don't feel pressured at all. I would just say, like, I'm so glad that I got this opportunity from y'all, and this has definitely boosted me up a little bit and been able to get advice and perspectives from somebody else's point of view that is in my same situation almost.
Oh, I love that. Well, we were super happy to have you on, and I personally really enjoyed talking to you. I think you're so sweet.
It was a lot of fun.
So that concludes our show. We're gonna run our promos, and we'll see you. We probably aren't doing a show on Christmas, but we're considering doing one on January 1st.
And if you ever want to join us again, feel free to reach out.
Yes, please. Please do.
Hey, I definitely will.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Welcome to DPRS Media Co., the first media company built for the people behind the Parks and Rec community. We don't just cover on Parks and Rec, we elevate it, we amplify it, we honor it. At the heart of everything we do is one mission: to serve the public servants, the professionals who design, maintain, and lead the parks that shape our communities. Under the daily Parks and Rec show, we produce 6 powerful platforms. Leadership in Parks and Rec, a spotlight on directors, superintendents, and visionaries shaping the future of public spaces. Facility maintenance, where the boots hit the ground, a deep dive into the systems, crews, and craftsmanship that keep our parks clean, safe, and beautiful. Young Professionals Network, shining a light on the next generation of Parks and Rec. Students, interns, and mentors sharing how we build a legacy together. Youth Sports Mastery, sponsored by National Academy of Athletics. This series is for coaches, parents, and rec leaders working to make youth sports fun, fair, and meaningful again. The Rec Room, hosted by the passionate leaders of Henry County Parks and Rec. This show brings frontline energy and real-life stories from the field. And the weekly Parks and Rec Post, our official newsletter delivering stories, insights, and community wins every week. We are DPRS Media Co., LLC, a media company with a mission to uplift the professionals who serve every community, every park, every day.